son of Minnesota Governor and former VP pick Tim Walz, Gus Walz recently sat down for an interview with CBS Mornings. And in this interview, he addressed some of the criticism that he received from the far right for getting too emotional, apparently, during his father's appearance at the DNC convention last August. So, look, during that, he cried, he stood up, he pointed, he said, "That's my dad," when his father took the stage. Now, I thought that was a very touching moment. He was just proud of his dad for being there, for being in such an important position. I mean, again, chosen to be the vice presidential nominee. That's really important. And look, as somebody who just lost his dad, it hasn't even been a month yet since it happened. Thinking back on that moment and how proud he was, it kind of hits me hard. Okay. And that said, it also makes me furious that there were people out there who actually made fun of him for expressing emotion, being proud of his dad, and showing people. How dare you show a positive emotion, they say. Oh my God, terrible. But anyway, Gus, apparently not bothered. He went on CBS Mornings to talk about that experience. Take a look.
You know, that's my dad. He's right there. He's right in front of all of America, all these people chanting our last name. It was super overwhelming because to me, he's just regular old dad, you know, just normal dad, golfs with me, make food, clean the cars, everything like that. And in that moment, it was something bigger. It was just surreal.
There were some people who were mean about it. What do you remember about that?
I just kind of ignored it, I guess, was the only way to put it. I just continued to do what I do. I just blocked it out because I was just being emotional. Like, there's nothing wrong with showing emotions. And if people are going to say there's something wrong with that, then those are not the people that I want to be associated with. Amen. So kind of just blocked that out.
I love that. Okay. Yeah. If people are going to be jerks, they're going to be terrible people, then yeah, I don't want to be associated with terrible people. Awesome. I love it. Cut out the negative people, cut out the toxicity, ignore the weirdos who believe that the only valid emotion men are allowed to feel is like anger or something. I think those people are very unhealthy, that they are broken inside. Okay. Now, that said, he added that this felt crazy in a bit of a good way to have seen his father in the spotlight, as he had already mentioned. Now, that said, I'm going to show you another video here where he's basically opening up with, about living with ADHD, the anxiety disorder, and even the nonverbal learning disorder. So let's take a look at that.
If someone has dyslexia, that's on one side of the brain. The nonverbal learning disorder is the other side of the brain. And that's where maybe reading facial cues or understanding vocal tone or understanding gestures, but everything that is not spoken. I'm
like one of the most normal people that you could find.
Gus was diagnosed in the 6th grade.
Routine really helps me, you know, consistency. So I think my mom and me were like, all right, let's go try and figure some stuff out. And that's really kind of what started us getting super, super close. We figured out, you know, I have challenges, but it also gives me strengths in other areas. And we've figured out how to use each of those.
You know what? That also hits home with me because I have ADHD. It's fairly mild in my case, and I'm fortunate for that, but it is still something that I have to deal with. Okay. Look, and speaking of ADHD, there are some people with emotional dysregulation, which can present as being super overexcited. Although I think that he was the right amount excited because his dad was literally up on stage at the DNC. So that's really awesome. And not only that, but look, this can also present as being overwhelmed by emotion, which you're allowed to be able to feel. Okay, you should be able to feel emotion. Now, Gwen had also mentioned the nonverbal learning disorder, which she said that can, that it can make it difficult to read facial cues or understand tones or gestures, things like that. So now, obviously, Gus has no issues with speaking. Okay, You just heard him. Totally fine. What the nonverbal learning disability means is that, yes, some people may have trouble making sense of physical objects in the world around them, or to understand the relationship between objects in a given space. They might also have a hard time picturing concepts in their mind or solving problems that involve, mental imagery. Obviously, though, he's an incredibly bright young man. And what really makes me happy is that he has so much family support. And I think that's really, really important. I love to see it. And they're doing the right thing. And he is also doing the right thing in making sure to ignore the weirdo right-wing haters who, again, just try to crap all over everything, right? No, this is a good story. I'm glad he's speaking out. I'm glad he's out there, and that their family is out there, talking about these issues. And I just love to see it. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.